Hey guys, welcome to another Hypixel gameplay. Today we're just going to be briefly playing a bit of Prop Hunt, and essentially the plan is to hide away from the hunters and just continue as being. Now, today I actually have a topic in mind to speak about, and that's the versions of Minecraft, in a sense. Now I know that's a very vague way of phrasing it, but essentially there's several versions of Minecraft. There's Minecraft Story Mode, there's Minecraft Dungeons, there's a new one that's coming out that seems more adventurous, and then there's the key ones which people play as borderline judged as Minecraft is peak or pinnacle in terms of vanilla, because not modded. And those are Bedrock and Java. Those are the two commonly most recognized ones, and overall, kind of by Java, the Java is respected as the PC main version, which is why a lot of people will go Java the true version. But a lot of people, because of console restrictions, or the prefer Realms interaction or whatever, a lot of people end up, for whatever reason, preferring Minecraft Bedrock, which is fine, but there's several issues with Bedrock I would like to discuss as I'm currently going through this gameplay. Now, essentially, my issues with Bedrock, amongst the console versions of it, is personally server and multiplayer interaction. Now, if you want to play with your mates or whatever, sure, Bedrock is arguably even easier to interact with your friends in a playing through style. You go through Bedrock game, you set up a world, you play the game. Now, the main issue I have on the multiplayer scene in terms of Bedrock is fundamentally the servers provided. Now, the servers provided range a little bit. They go from the Hive to more cheap ones that I would honestly, I don't even want to discuss directly, considering atrocious. But the overall fundamentals for the Bedrock scene is that they don't truly have a good Minecraft server upon levels of Hypixel, or heck, servers that implement mods on Java, because of those do exist very commonly, in fact. But the main issue, as I say, is simply functionality. Their best server, the Hive probably, on the Bedrock scene, is overall alright. It's fundamental, it has some base games, it's got Sky Wars, basically Bed Wars, I think it's got an arcade mode or whatever released where that's got some games implemented. But overall, there's several issues with the Hive itself, and that is their best representative is the servers that are automatically there, I think, as a Minecraft partner. The issues I personally have with it, which a lot of people have already discussed, I've found YouTube videos upon this, is projectile functionality. Now, although this is going into the realms of over-explanation, projectile functionality is when in Minecraft you shoot a bow, throw an ender pearl, throw a snowball, do which and whatever. And my key issue with it in the Hive is that everyone can recognize from instant usage of it, especially vanilla players, because even the projectiles function relatively normal in Bedrock worlds, but on the Hive they have everything goes a significant less distance, and they feel a lot slower as a result. Now, does this mean that the overall functionality of the server's bad and it's not a good server? No, but I feel like the only way you'll truly appreciate that version of the Hive and that server of Minecraft is well and truly because, well, you've played it so much as your predominant form of Minecraft that you've adapted to its projectiles, its functionality, and you appreciate and respect it as almost a sign of tradition. Now that's all well and good in terms of what you enjoy, what you go through and all that, but I don't think, and you can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong here, I don't think that that version of Minecraft is the best or the purest form of it. The knockback and the overall game mechanics of it is very scuffed. The projectiles are dodgy, as I say, and I almost have this. I have this appreciation but hatred for Bedrock in a sense, because I was largely a console player. I think most of us was, realistically. We all played on whatever console, because that's what the common demographic can afford, and overall the majority, I would assume the majority of Minecraft players play on console or have some point have played on console and experienced a console version of Minecraft. And of course they had ages ago an alternative minigame thing which had like Spleef and Hunger Games over, but they didn't have servers, which is what they've developed recently. Now, I say the servers are poor in terms of from the general average Java server, to be honest, or they're not particularly phenomenal. And I almost see it as a lose point that they don't have good games that they can predominantly promote. They'll have versions of Sky Wars, Bed Wars, heck, they even have some mediocre-ish Skyblock, but the main issue I personally have with it, for the most part, is more or less the fact that the servers are either mediocre and average, or they're but mediocre, average, and you have to pay for them. A big issue I have for the console versions, the overall Minecraft community on the most prominent versions that people play on console, and I assume most of my friends, most of my people I interact with play that predominantly. With the new updates to what, well, I say new, they've been out for a while. With the Minecoin implementation and attempt to monetize servers, monetize purchasing worlds and skins, feels like a very heavily restricted format, considering that almost everything that is provided by Minecoins is provided on Java for free and probably better. What I mean by that is Hypixel, I feel like all its respective minigames are at least high up there in the versions of them. There's some which are probably up for debate, like UHC, but they're all at the peak and the overall pinnacle of what you would define as a good mini game. But the overall issue with that, in terms of the the overall issue with that is that, as I said, you get skins. You can customize skins, download them, put you through your PC, and proceed to just simply make any skin you want. And they, of course, on the console versions, they monetize them, and they monetize them, they charge fees, and it's all fair for profit, but I feel like because of the alternative versions that are there on Java instead of Bedrock, it feels almost like the Bedrock community is ripped off in a sense. They don't get the same amount, they have to pay more for the effective version. I don't particularly deem that as fair, appropriate, and all of the above essentially. Now, I don't know where that person is. Okay, I'm assuming it's that one that I just tapped. But as I say, the overall fee and charging process for it is quite frankly appalling in my opinion. I never have, and probably never will, purchase mine coins for whatever reason. Now that's all well and good me saying that, but it means that when I come to the conclusion that I shouldn't spend money on it, I kind of go, surely there's a lot of other people who've come to pretty much the same conclusion as I have. And essentially, when money isn't being provided to a business, they don't have the facilities specifically unless they provide it to investors. They can produce something of higher quality. Now for the Bedrock scene of Minecraft, because of their structure and monetizing in an attempt to make sure that with the big companies that prove that they're not taking advantage of anyone, the issues that come forth with that is the main monetization system, is that a lot of it won't get much work, and as they, servers largely throughout the Bedrock community will charge payments for some just straight up mini games, pay to play, or you'll pay for minions on Skyblock and have to wait for you have to pay for something to do the work that you should be doing anyway for that game, which just doesn't seem particularly ideal. You pay not to play in a sense for that demographic. And I say the large debacle I have with it is that because of a lack of finance, lack of progress, lack of functionality of it, the further and further behind Bedrock comes behind Java, the more and more detriment I feel my friends or associates that play on Bedrock exclusively and don't have access to Java, I feel the more restricted they are in terms of enjoying Minecraft, if that makes sense. In terms of as I say, in terms of the best form of Minecraft, it's probably borderline peak servers. You're talking Hypixel, largely the other big ones. You can go Winecraft if you want a more MMORPG style. But the purest form of Minecraft is either mods or servers, in my opinion, with the multiplayer, the interactive experience. Because let's face it, the vanilla Minecraft, you could probably get the same on your phone in terms of the quality of the game. But the best experience is interacting with your fellow players, obviously. And the more and more behind the Bedrock community falls with that in a broader sense to the community, the in little communities you get within servers, the more I go, they'll be left behind, and that version of Minecraft will never be played, which is all well and good. There's versions of Minecraft that are probably never going to be played by a large fan base ever again. You're talking story mode. I feel like after a decent time frame, the dungeons community will have shrunk drastically, or it already has. And you'll see avenues of Minecraft dying down, but Java is still ever present, which is all well and good, but it restricts the options, and it means the policing of Minecraft has to be very reserved. Minecraft has to account for servers and just the overall what they can do, servers themselves, which is all well and good, but you need something as a overall representative of what people should and shouldn't be able to do. Now, I personally am happy that I've got the Java version of Minecraft because of I'd experience what I want on this. I want to do mods. I can do mods. I wanna play on servers. I'll play on servers, and I get to have that sense of accomplishment behind my username whenever I go on leaderboards on them servers, or I show that I'm prevalent in them servers, and people know the skin or the name or whatever, even if they're just because they play them game modes frequently enough. Now that's all fine in that, but my overall issue is I want the progression of alternative versions of Minecraft for the benefit of non-Java havers, those who are on console, and that's the main version, and they're restricted to realms and being charged stupid fees for mediocre things. A realm or whatever, probably for maintaining it, probably costs more than just getting buying a server and renting out from someone else on the Java version, which I would argue that you can do significantly more on a server than Java in terms of programming potential, command block usage, heck, even mod implementation. I'd argue it's all relatively high value in comparison to the Bedrock scene. Now you can nitpick upon that scene and be like, well, actually I feel there's some alternative things that are slightly better about Bedrock, but the overall point that people kind of acknowledge and get behind got 'em. The overall point people get behind is that the Java community gets off very well. I died legit last 10 seconds. Oh, that's so sad. But I go these fees for everything cheaper on Java, everything functions better and is arguably better on Java. I can, as I say, get servers, get skins, get customized map if I want to download them. I get easy texture packs. All these things are free and easy to do with just minimal research. And overall just being prevalent, in a sense, being active. If you want to do this stuff in Java, you can. But I feel like the pale wall in Bedrock is a huge negative and a detriment to it. And I would very firmly respect and appreciate the minimalization of just the pay to play, the exploitation of mine coins. Simply put, I want the average 11-year-old or whatever to, whenever they picked up Minecraft, to not have to get their parents to fork over their credit card or debit card or whatever. Not have to go to their parents and be like, I want this Minecraft skin, so please pay for it. If the parents just went and got the version on like a laptop or whatever, you'd begin to get all the stuff that your kid wants for free, but you have to pay that initial price, and it's hard to convince a parent of that. So I feel like the loss is strongly on the kid's behalf. As a parent, still put money towards it, probably. The parents still go, this kid wants mine coins, so we'll do it so we can get the skin. But he's overall restricted, especially if I assume if any of his friends play Java Minecraft, they don't really want to pay Bedrock unless it's with them. It's like out of obligation to play with them. No one wants to play Bedrock over Java in terms of servers. You might go on a realm or whatever, but its interaction is very limited. You can do can't do anything really above an SMP in Bedrock, at least easily. And that's overall my main issues with Java. With Bedrock, is that its functionality is poor. The overall expenditure from someone viewing it as an active player is horrible in comparison. I mean, I'm a non on Hypixel, but if I wanted to, I could get a rank, but a rank isn't obligated. I still get a fair whack of privileges. I can play on most games. I just don't have SMP privileges on the server. But the point more or less remains is that I get a better and bigger experience on Java than Bedrock. Now you can say that's good, that's bad, but I think that the games should blend together better. I remember this thing with Tubnet or whatever that's coming out, the server produced by Tubbo. You probably know, much bigger YouTuber, obviously. Tubbo or Tubnet is a Minecraft server that's seeking for a little bit of cross compatibility between Java and Bedrock and the server, which is all good, but they've openly acknowledged and stated a couple times that there will be delays on the Bedrock version for allowing it on par functionality. They won't release them at the same time, which is a huge detriment towards it. Not the server itself, but in terms to the Bedrock, the Bedrock Minecraft as a whole, because, well and simply put, if everything if everything takes longer for a version of whatever video game, people go, it's the worst version of video game. I think the easiest example of this is, in terms of a direct game, although this is a very out there one, is FIFA on Nintendo Switch. Now I know that that's not a large demographic of gaming. Probably none of you play FIFA. Probably none of you know what I mean by the difference. But any features that were implemented in the same version of FIFA on Xbox or PlayStation wouldn't necessarily be guaranteed to be implemented on Switch version, like the Nintendo Switch version, which is fine. If you can't provide that, then it's good. The Switch has a lot restricted things in terms of consoles ahead of PlayStation and Xbox. But the sheer detriment you face for getting that game on an alternative console or whatever ruins a lot of your initial expectations for how that game's marketed. I personally wouldn't play Bedrock unless it was with a friend, which is my whole overarching issue with this. And I would just firmly appreciate upon the general Minecraft communities to either, I would strongly recommend on an individual basis, if you want to play Minecraft at its best version, transport over to Java. And if you don't particularly enjoy, you don't particularly go, you want to get invested in things like skins and stuff like that, I say go Java, because it's the best version of it, and all them things are free, apart from, of course, the initial expenditure of getting a device that can play Java and buying it again if you need to, or if you, I think you can hook up your Microsoft account or whatever towards it. So it should be fairly easy to get access to Java. But so my main recommendation, if you're considering buying Minecoins, simply don't wait till you get Java version. I can guarantee you that anything you significantly want in Bedrock can be provided in Java. But well and simply put, just do research upon it, and you should be able to get a gauge on what you want to do, all that stuff. So want to do mods, want to get skins, want cool maps and all that. You can research, look for them, and you should be able to get them fairly easily. You may have to pay or whatever if it's some exclusive stuff, but overall, Java's perfectly fine, and for all these options in the best forms of Minecraft, beyond just plain vanilla survival, I would strongly recommend coming over to Java Minecraft. Now you can say yay or nay to this, you go good opinion, bad opinion, but all I would like to say is please make sure that in a Minecraft sense, whenever you value what you're implementing into, whether it's a specific server, like you want to buy a realm, whatever, whenever you're putting money additionally into Minecraft, if you even do, make sure it's to the best version of Minecraft that you see. For example, I play Hypixel. I'd say server-wise, I'd much rather put money, if I was, into Hypixel than I would another server. So that's what I say. Recommend, and if you ever put money into it, evaluate your things. If you don't, just do what you enjoy the most. Well, that's all I can say. But with that little rant about Bedrock and Java servers, I will end today's video. Let me know if you agreed with my points. Let me know if you disagreed. If you can break this down in a better format, because that was more of a rant, you can put into comments as a short summary of this, if necessary. But without further ado, I would simply say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure if you do comment, it's hopefully something relevant to this video. And with that all being said, see you guys later, and bye.